When someone feels jealous, the first explanation they usually hear is that it simply means they care too much. We are told that jealousy is just love with a little fear mixed in. Songs, movies, and even well-meaning friends have normalized this idea so deeply that people will often say, "If you are not jealous, it means you do not really love me." Some partners even treat a lack of jealousy as a red flag, as if suspicion and control are proof of devotion. But if you look closer, this explanation falls apart very quickly. Think about it. If jealousy were truly a measure of love, then the most loving relationships in the world would also be the most painful, controlling, and anxious ones. And we know that is not true. Real love does not need to constantly check phones, compare itself to strangers, or compete for attention. Jealousy is not love. It is fear wearing love's clothes. But if jealousy is not born from love, what is it actually trying to protect? Most of us have been taught that jealousy protects the relationship. We believe that by getting jealous, we are guarding our connection from outsiders. We check messages, question where someone has been, or create emotional distance to test loyalty, all while telling ourselves we are simply protecting what matters. But if you remove the surface layer of jealousy, what you find is something entirely different. You are not protecting a relationship. You are protecting your own sense of safety and self-worth. The pain of jealousy is rarely just about the fear of someone leaving. The true pain comes from what their leaving would seem to confirm. It would confirm a quiet, hidden fear that you are not interesting enough, not attractive enough, or simply not valuable enough to keep. When a partner gives attention to someone else, it feels like evidence that you are lacking something. The partner becomes a mirror, and the jealousy reflects your own internal doubts about whether you are truly lovable. This is why the same situation can make one person mildly uncomfortable and another person completely unravel. It is not about what happened. It is about what you already feared was true about yourself. But where does this deep fear of not being enough actually come from? Does it start the moment you see your partner looking at someone else? To discover the real source of jealousy, you need to dig much deeper than your present relationship. You need to consider how you initially learned to accept love. For numerous individuals, the origins of jealousy are established in childhood experiences. If someone was raised in a setting where love seemed unstable, where they had to vie for a parent's focus, or where warmth was offered and withdrawn unpredictably, their nervous system absorbed a distinct lesson. It became accustomed to remaining vigilant. It discovered that love is not constant and may vanish unexpectedly. Psychologists refer to this as an anxious attachment style. During childhood, this could have appeared as a parent who is affectionate one day and aloof the next, or a home where siblings perpetually vied for recognition. The child discovered that emotional safety was not assured. As you begin adult relationships, that familiar childhood vigilance reawakens. You are not merely responding to a text message your partner got at this moment. You are responding to a long-known anxiety that love is delicate. Your mind is operating on an obsolete program from years past, attempting to guard you against a threat that no longer exists in the same manner. If these roots take hold early in life, why does jealousy seem so much more intense, persistent, and draining in today's world? The reason jealousy feels so heavy today is that we now live inside a massive comparison machine. In the past, people only compared themselves to their immediate neighbors or friends. Today, social media shows us carefully selected, flawless moments of other people's lives, relationships, and successes every single day. You see your partner liking a stranger's photo, or you see someone else living the life you wanted, and a quiet feeling of threat appears. Your mind begins to create elaborate stories. It tells you that you are falling behind, that you are missing out, or that someone else is receiving the attention that should belong to you. This constant, daily exposure to the highlight reels of others keeps your nervous system in a state of mild alarm. Notifications, comments, and likes have turned attention into a measurable scoreboard. When you can see exactly who is interacting with your partner and how often, the brain treats it as data, even when it means nothing. Jealousy becomes a background noise that never fully goes away. It is no longer an occasional feeling triggered by a real threat. It is a chronic state fueled by infinite digital windows into other people's lives. But if this modern jealousy is really all about protecting our romantic relationships, why does it also show up when a coworker gets praised or a friend makes a new best friend? In actuality, Envy manifests itself in friendships, families, and workplaces because it has nothing to do with romance. It has to do with perceived scarcity. It is the profound psychological conviction that success, love, attention, and significance are finite resources. Your mind informs you that there are less opportunities for you when a buddy publishes pictures with a new group, a sibling is given preference, or a coworker receives a promotion. Because the fundamental fear is the same, the emotion is identical to romantic jealousy. It's the worry that you won't have enough space. It is the worry that someone else will be picked and you will be excluded, supplanted, or become invisible. This could have been your childhood worry of being replaced by a new sibling. As you become older, you start to worry that a new friend, coworker, or relationship will steal your focus. When you recognize this pattern, you understand that jealousy has nothing to do with the other person. It has to do with how you relate to wealth and value. How can we truly stop jealousy from taking over our life if it is ultimately just a reflection of our own inner anxieties of scarcity and worth, and has nothing to do with love or romance? Overcoming jealousy does not mean forcing yourself to stop caring or trying to control others to feel secure. The first step is a simple change in how you think. Notice the feeling without automatically accepting the story it tells you. When jealousy arises, don't react immediately. Take a pause, breathe, and understand that it's probably a part of you that once felt unimportant or abandoned, trying to shield you from that pain again. The next step is to separate the actions of your partner or friend from your own sense of self-worth. Others receiving attention, praise, or love does not lower your value. It does not make you less important. The third step is to develop a stronger, more compassionate relationship with yourself. The more secure you feel in who you are, the less you will feel threatened by others. This process does not happen quickly. It takes time. Do small, consistent choices to trust yourself instead of seeking approval from others. It happens when you start giving yourself the recognition and validation you have been waiting for from someone else. Jealousy is not a sign that you love too much. It is often a sign that a part of you is still waiting to be told that you are enough. When you begin to understand it this way, jealousy stops being an enemy and starts becoming a messenger. It stops pointing outward at what other people are doing and starts pointing inward to the places that still need your healing. If this video helped you see jealousy from a new perspective, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.